The new hypothesis. Damn, this thing is a treat to look at. You know, oh, look at these. All right, boys, got a sleeve. Ooh, look at this color. Oh, that is smooth. Whew. So this is the version 2, I believe. They made slight adjustments to the second run, so you guys may have seen other reviewers kind of review this thing, but this is the second run. So this is the OG hypothesis, the new hypothesis. Damn, this thing is a treat to look at. You know, one thing I'll give you guys a close-up is the very minimalistic laser engraving they have right on the rim. I absolutely love that. It just looks so clean and so stylistic. Then there is the OG hypothesis, and feeling it in the hand, this feels heavier. Whoa. Playing with this one, it definitely has a bit more weight to it. I like this version. This feels a little bit more heavy. If you're trying to go fast, it does slow you down a little bit. All in all, this hypothesis is really, really good, but the other one is like much, much faster. Whoa. Yeah, nah, I can see why they made it lighter, because this thing just makes you feel competitive. When you play around with this yo-yo, it feels very, very light. It feels light and white, which is reminiscent of their, I think, probably Thesis Yoyos' best yo-yo, which is the Serenade. But in terms of the hypothesis, yo, this thing's really, really nice, because it feels as if there is a element of floatiness to it, and it's just super, super wide. Like, it's kind of got this nice, big, blocky feel to it. This yo-yo actually reminds me a little bit of the Mobius, actually. Except it's a little bit more of a, it's like a bit more of a tame version. The Mobius is like very, very light and very, very extreme. This is a bit more of a comfortable Mobius, so to speak. It's a bit more down to earth, a bit more pleasant and fun to play with, but definitely has some competitive chops. Whew. Like, the other one is kind of like a yo-yo that you're like, oh yeah, this is kind of like your big, wide kind of novelty yo-yo, but this, like, when it's lighter, this thing kind of feels like one of those, like, competitive Duncan yo-yos. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So not only did they do a good job of taking off the absolute weight, they also did a pretty solid job of taking it off in the exact place where it would be felt on the string. And like, this thing plays really, really nicely. And it's also like ridiculously smooth as well. That's one thing I think about glossy yo-yos. You can't really tell as much when a glossy yo-yo is dead smooth, because you don't really like touch it down there as much, because it doesn't really grind. But I'm also loving how this color looks in like, I'm a huge fan of the whole metallic yo-yo thing. Like, I just love the way they look. A lot of people are like, I don't like you to come B-Blast, but I'm a huge fan. And man, this blue looks lit. But in terms of like fingernail vibe, like this thing, that's pretty solid. It's probably like an 8 out of 10 smoothness. So you guys know that Thesis Yoyos got their quality control in check. Oh, slap bands. Ow. Nice cut, G. I feel as if the one thing that I can feel a little bit lacking is the yo-yo's stability. I think it's just because it's super, super wide. You can jostle it around a little bit, and it'll be a bit more reactive than most yo-yos. So, ooh, that being said, like, the spin time on this thing's super fun. Like, it's just one of those yo-yos that you can play with, that's not too heavy, very, very light, makes you feel like, I'm competitive. Whoa! Oof. Like, one thing I'm noticing about this yo-yo right now, it is so catchable. Like, I am doing like some of the crazy tricks that I can hardly even land, and without paying too much attention to it, like, I'm just crushing this. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Thesis Yoyos Run 2. It's really, really sick. And also, you guys might be wondering why I didn't open like the other 5 packages that they sent me. And basically, I'm doing a bit of an experiment. Thesis Yoyos is one of those brands that I really, really like really love. Like Shivium's an awesome guy, and they make super good yo-yos. And something that I realized that was really cool was that you guys, when I sold off like a lot of my collection, there were like other brands that you guys could go and get on the Offset Yoyo site. And I just thought that, you know, if you guys want to support this channel and you guys are really interested in copying a hypothesis, you can definitely kind of get one from me directly from the link below, and that way it just gives me a bit more reason to kind of review more brands and to make sure that it makes sense to keep doing this, and that way, you know, everybody wins. The brand gets extra exposure, and you guys can get a yo-yo that I've reviewed directly from me. I'm not going to be doing this with all review brands. I'm only going to be doing this with yo-yo brands that I know put out quality yo-yos. But yeah, if you guys want a hypothesis, you can click the link down below, and we'll see how that goes. Any comments, questions, criticisms, post them down below, and I will see you guys next time. Normally I hit that bind. There we go.